Hello, everyone. I'm on the nspe.org website looking at the incredibly helpful, no, I'm not going to say helpful, I'm going to say essential Board of Ethical Review cases. Here it is. All of the cases going back, I'm going to say the late 50s are here. And it is, I would say, a unique resource for professional ethics that is specific to engineering. I mean, we've got this incredible just wealth of ethical study going back 5 decades, 6 decades, 7 decades. I don't know. It's incredibly important, and I am so lucky as a teacher of this particular course to have access to something like this. But it is interesting, and I would say coming out of this course, I hope that you continue to go to this website and look at these cases. And one of the most interesting things, I mean, not much, one of the things about it is that it's so heavily cross-referenced. I mean, you can just search under anything you want. But let's do something here. Now we've seen that there are cases about just about everything that is of concern to an engineer. I mean, especially the first canon, the fourth canon. There are cases about conflict of interest. There are cases about gifts. There are cases about making public statements about other engineers. There are cases about your credentials and what you need to do in terms of being honest about your skill set and things like that. Just and on and on and on. And if you're looking for a case here, you can search by keyword. You can search by subject. Right? Look at all this. Amazing. Qualifications for work, remuneration, self-promotion, being a faithful agent. I mean, it's all here. I'm looking for something in specific, and I'm not finding it. Copyrights and patents, credit for engineering. These are really important things in engineering. Duty to disclose, duty to the public, errors, harassment, and anti-discrimination. Here, this is what I want. What have we got? As far as harassment. We've got two cases, 21-3 and 19-1. Offer free or reduced fee services and disclosure of personal information. I've looked at these things and I can tell you that they have nothing to do with sexual harassment or gender discrimination. That's as close as you're going to get in the filter by subject to what I'm looking for, which is basically sexual harassment within the workplace, which is within the engineering workplace, or misogyny within the engineering workplace, or discrimination against women. I can't find it. Let's look under keyword. Let's just look under gender. There is no result that match your criteria. Please try again. Okay, so there's no, what we can sort of, I mean, there's so many cases that it's difficult to make any kind of categorical statement about what's not there because nobody's seen everything that's there. But I'm about ready to say that there are no cases in the BER that deal with gender discrimination, sexual harassment in the workplace. I'm going to do sexual just because that doesn't seem creepy, but I'm trying to find sexual harassment. No results. So there's two cases about harassment, and neither of them has anything to do with gender or sexual harassment. So I just wanted to show you this. I mean, prove me wrong, hopefully. Find something in the BER that actually addresses discrimination of any sort against women, whether it's direct sexual harassment in the workplace, whether it's about being biased against women engineers, female engineers, and not giving them the same sort of opportunities that male engineers have. I mean, look, if you can find anything in the BER that deals with this issue, please, I would be so happy to be proved wrong. In my belief at this point that there is nothing there, amazingly, in 2022. Considering, I mean, what we're doing is looking at the problem and everyone deciding for themselves whether it is a real problem. Gender discrimination, generally sexual harassment, specifically in the workplace, in engineering, in the field of engineering. Everybody has to decide whether it is for themselves how if it's important, and if it's important, how important it is. But I think that on the face of it, prima facie, it is a problem, given the testimony of women engineers that I've heard from students and read about, and there is nothing in the Board of Ethical Review cases, in the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cases that stretch back to the 1950s. Well, just to let you know, I mean, this is kind of why we're doing this, right? And kind of why I am involved in a project to discuss with the Board of Ethical Review, with the NSPE, whether or not not only that more attention needs to be paid within the BER to the issue or multiple issues, which I think is obviously true, but whether or not the Code of Ethics itself needs to be changed. That is, whether or not the Code of Ethics needs to make an explicit reference to misogyny, discrimination against women, and or sexual harassment in the workplace, because at least in terms of the BER, it seems to have been completely ignored.